Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today, we're answering your questions. And today's question comes from Instagram. And it's from Hubner Lucas. Hopefully I said that right. What's one big thing that helped you get to the MLB? This is a very good question, interesting question. I'll start off with this. I think that having some natural ability, obviously, is very, very important. Do I think it's the biggest thing? No, I don't think it's the biggest thing. I'm going to tell you the biggest thing in a second. But I do feel like I have to say that you need some natural ability, right? I've met tons of players and people that work really hard, but they just don't have a whole lot of natural ability. They're just kind of slow and their body just doesn't move the way they want it to, even though they're working really hard. And so I do think you need to, there's a little bit of genetics that are involved, okay? But that's not the only thing. And I don't think that's the biggest thing. I think the biggest thing that helped me get to the major leagues, to get drafted, to play professional baseball, is work ethic or dedication, right? Same thing. Being dedicated and wanting to put in a lot of work. I think that if you don't have that, it's going to be basically impossible to get to the major leagues. I don't even care how great or gifted you are, what you're born like. If you don't want to put in the work, you're probably not going to get there. When you get to the major leagues, to get to the major leagues, you're trying to be the best, one of the best in the entire world. There's a lot of people in the world that play baseball. There's a lot of people that have goals of playing at a high level. And so you need to have a really, really good work ethic, and you need to be dedicated. And I would say that was probably, when I think about myself as a player, I made a decision basically in high school. I would say towards the end of my high school career. At the beginning of my high school career, I kind of wanted to play in the NHL. And then when we were playing football, I kind of wanted to play in the NFL, even though I didn't think I was really going to be able to. And then during baseball, I really wanted to play eventually in the MLB. But towards the end of my high school career, that's when I kind of decided, listen, I want to try to take this baseball thing as far as I can take it. I want to play in college, and I want to play professionally, and I want to play in the major leagues. And when I decided that, I would say that was the only thing that I was really focused on. I wasn't really focused on a whole lot of other stuff. And so for quite some time, I would say the end of my high school career, and then my 3 years in college, and then in professional baseball, that was number one. I would say pretty much every day, this might sound crazy, but pretty much every day when I went to bed, I thought about, what do I have to do tomorrow to get one step closer to getting there, to reaching my goals? And then when I woke up in the morning, the first thing I thought of was, okay, what do I have to do today to get one step closer to reaching my goals? I did that pretty much every day for a lot of years in a row. So you're talking probably 6 years out of high school, college, 5 years probably, junior, senior year of high school, 3 years of college, that's 5. And then when I got to professional baseball and got drafted, my goal was to get to the major leagues. And so that continued. And I didn't let really anything get in my way. So if I had, if I should bring my wife down here because she was with me my whole career. Nothing was going to get in my way of getting in the work. So if I said, my gym schedule working out is 4 times a week or 5 times a week or whatever, pretty much anything could come up, and it didn't matter what it was. I was not going to miss my gym session. Same thing with, if I'm taking BP. And I was crazy to think like I needed to eat every 3 hours because I was very obsessed with making sure that my weight was really good and I was as strong as I possibly could be. And so, she'd always laugh at me because if I hadn't eaten in 3 hours, I start freaking out and I got to get home, or I got to make sure I bring food with me. And so I think when you do that, and you have a goal and you have a plan and you stick to the plan and you have the discipline to do whatever it takes to make sure that you are, working on that plan every single day, that's what I think is probably the biggest thing, at least for me. Again, if you're super talented, maybe you don't have to stick to that schedule so strictly. But I do think most players that I played with that played in the major leagues were pretty similar to where that was their goal, and they put everything they had towards that goal. And so, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. If you want something, first know what you want, and then second, figure out a plan for how you're going to get there, and then you've got to work the plan. You got to stick with the plan, and nothing can get you kind of sidetracked. And you got to be really focused in on it, and that's kind of what I did. And I think that's probably the biggest reason why I made it there. And now, do other things come with that? Yeah, you've got to have timing and luck, and you've got to be successful. When you get your chance, and I didn't. For a couple different reasons, I wasn't able to do that. I wasn't able to be successful enough to stick at the big leagues, but I ultimately got there and fulfilled a little bit. I would have loved to play for 15 years and make the Hall of Fame and win some World Series and stuff. Yeah, that would have been awesome, but wasn't in the card. So hopefully this helps you out. Thank you so much for your question. If you want your question answered, put it in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to as many as I possibly can. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Give it a thumbs up, share with all your friends, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.